Hello, this is another edition of JLJ After Dark. I'm James Lott Jr. Now, I'm recording this and it's very light out. I try to record so it's like be darker to represent that it's dark, but yes, we get a little. I'm bringing you a little sunshine late at night. Welcome to the show. Thanks for watching the last two episodes. The numbers aren't huge, but they're getting there. They're getting some nice numbers. I know it's not the same as being on live, which I want to do. Again, I want to come back live. I just gotta wait for the time I can do it. I'm up early in the morning recently, so it hasn't happened, but it will happen. And also, the folks were asking about JLJ this evening, which is earlier in the evening. I will be coming back to that too at some point. That's something I'm working on. I'm working on that show. Um, One of the premises I drink on that show. I drink for money and shots, and I have my shot glass that I always have for it. It's a Rag and Bone shot glass in New York. So that's that show. People ask about that show. That show will be returning soon. I'm implementing. It's the beginning of the year. I'm slowly implementing shows and changing concepts and shoring up concepts and kind of the whole thing and making it more neat. And so they were back. And of course, I have JLJ this morning, which I've been on every morning for the last like week, 3-4 hours at a time. You can, on some episodes, you can listen to. Today's episode, my power went out again. So I lost it. So I can't get the audio. So unfortunately, you can't listen to me this morning on audio. But you can hear me. You can go to YouTube, throw me on, and just sit for 3 hours. But that's my flagship show at a good time. And I also recorded a daytime today for tomorrow. So daytime today will be coming out tomorrow. Not live, but tomorrow. So this little brand of foursome, I am working on them. But this one, I already have a concept. So I'm kind of coming out and giving you a little something. And thanks for all the comments and all the likes and everything. I love that. I'm just gonna brush my beard for a second. I'm like, I think we brushed down. I see. So yes, I really appreciate that. This show is, like I said, it's about late night stuff and night stuff. And this topic that I want to talk about, that it relates to nighttime, is drinks, winding down, edibles, tea, coffee, like winding down. If it's late at night, if you're a person who doesn't sleep easily, then your winding down process could have started from the early evening. So by the time it gets after dark, you're already either relaxed, half asleep, or maybe you're still trying to relax. Then you have other times where, depending on when you work or what you're doing, you get home, you want to wind down. And I'm curious, you guys, out there, how you guys wind down. If I could do a poll on here while I'm out here, I guess I can do one on YouTube. I'm curious because I have friends who like a glass of wine. Others do beer. I don't like beer. I don't like beer. Wine to me is relaxing, especially red wine. Nice thing, but white wine works too. Others like edibles, which I've done on occasion. Say that, take an edible, you're nice and relaxed. Some smoke weed. They do that, and they smoke, and I don't want to smoke. Some drink tea, which I do sometimes too. I like coffee in the morning, coffee in the day. I like tea at night. I do sometimes decaf coffee, but I like tea at night. Now I have some chamomile, sumi time teas, lavender, all that stuff that works before you sleep. I have those too, and they work. That shit does. To me, they work. For me, they work. And for other folks, like, yeah, don't work for me. But they work for me. I get relaxed. And when I had Bell's palsy a few years ago, at night I would get anxiety. I would drink all these teas, these sleepy time, and hey, work. Hey, right, sleepy. It's daytime. I got to take a nap. But they work. Now, I used to be able not to be able to drink coffee at night after a certain time, be awake. Not anymore. I can sleep anywhere. So I can be wide awake. I can drink coffee. So yes. It's so I gotta see here. I see it's a problem. And even if this was late at night, my phone rings and pings and pings. I get messages all day and all night. And I'm just having to look down and I see a missed call, but no message. and I see a text. It's all work related. I'm like, "Okay, James, focus. You're doing it, you're recording it." And even though I have it turned off. I have the sound off, the ringer off. I'm like, "Okay, James, focus." That's why After Dark is great because nobody's doing anything. But I think I get a few things later. But anyway, so to the world, because the world is 24 hours. And I work with people in other countries and stuff. So I mean, I send my phone stuff all the time. All right, back to I can drink coffee and it doesn't affect me. Apparently, I can sleep standing up. I'm like, that's it. But I have recently, I've been drinking less 'cause I'm trying to lose weight, so I've been drinking less. But I do know that I've enjoyed putting on TV series or a movie, and that makes you fall asleep. And I'm like, there's always these jokes about that. You'll fall asleep. Once you put on a movie or TV, that works too. Now my TV I can set up um, for a sleeper timer, so it'll go off on its own at a certain time, or I leave it on. I don't care. I leave it on. Probably not good, but I do. Sometimes I dream when it's on there. Sometimes that's what it is. I let it on. If I leave it on, and if I leave it on regular TV, like network, then you get those infomercials in the middle of the night, which are a trip, right? But if I do Netflix or something, it's different. But yeah, late night TV, anyways, it's a trip. I mean, I used to watch years ago when I was up late at night. I used to watch the Weather Channel. I was like mesmerized by it. They tell you the weather throughout the world, the cities, throughout the country. There's science do stories on tornadoes and that was the Weather Channel was my channel. But like I'm talking like just the regular, just watching the Weather Channel. I just there just watch it. I would on in the background. I'll be reading a book, and I look up and I go, "Oh, it's snowing in Minnesota." Okay, and I go back down. It's like to me, it's like fast. It was fascinating. Um, the channel. Um, Other times I find a marathon or something, and so then just the marathon would carry over until I fall asleep. To um, late night TV, which I'm talking about another show about late night TV. But that stuff's really good. But I don't know. Years ago, I'll tell a little story. This is After Dark, so a story. So back in 2001, I lived with my friend Michelle. We were best friends, and we share the same bed. Everything was all fine, whatever. We're best friends, and she and I love wine, our red wine, our Merlot, Cabernet, whatever, Zinfandel. We had this brand. Oh my god, what was the name of that brand? It was bottom shelf. It was like 4.99, but it was really good. It was a bottom shelf. But we used to get a Safeway, and not Brookstone. What was it called? I can think right now. It was brand. We get a bunch of bottles, have at the house. At night, get two big glasses and have a glass of wine, just one, and watch TV. We used to watch these late night shows that would come on only at night. It was Eliminate, Fifth Wheel. Remember all those? Blind Dates, Next, all the dating kind of stuff, and there were all these dating irreverent shows, like Blind Date had the bubbles and think about people, that kind of stuff, and Eliminate, you went on a bunch of dates and you eliminated a guy each time to get down to one. Like it was all these shows, right? And we used to, oh my gosh, I used to love them. Third Wheel or Fifth Wheel was the bus that would drive around LA and pick up people, and then it was just all you remember these shows, folks. If you're old enough, you remember them from the 90s and to the 2000s. They're all gone now. I should look on YouTube and see. That's what I should. Oh my goodness. Okay, idea time. Okay, let's see. Or have you heard of me? See, I got a idea. I just got myself three shows right there. Okay, okay, got an idea. Okay, sorry, got an idea. Um, but that was something that I used to watch and have a glass of wine. But I had to be up at 4 in the morning. I had a job at Morgan Stanley Dean Witter at the time, that's what it was at the time. Yes, I was there when 9/11 happened. But I'm going to say when I was living in San Francisco. So I would go to we would I mean, the shows were over, like, at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, I was in my 30s back then. Well, 20s, late 20s, early 30s. So I would go to bed. We'd be in bed already, but, like, I'd fall asleep, sleep, like, 3 hours, maybe even 3 and a half, get up, take a shower, go downtown. I had to open because we had to be the same time as the bell in New York. So remember when the market opened, we were the West Coast. So I was in the cashiering department. I was the switchboard operator. So I'd go get my coffee, down some coffee, and then be on the switchboard. Morgan St. D. Witter, how can I direct your call? Morgan St. D. Witter, how can I direct your call? Good morning, Morgan St. D. Witter, how can I get your call? Like it was like I had to do all that all day. But I got off at 1 o'clock. So I would get like my first break would be around 10 in the morning, like 9 or 10 in the morning, because I was there for a few hours. And then I'd have lunch around 11:30. And I took a later lunch because I wanted to like come back, and I was done by 1:30. I think it was like 1:30. So I was there, I think I was there 5 to 1:30 or something like that, like that. But I was done. But by 2 o'clock, I was out of there. And then it's like I have a whole day. I'm like wide awake. Or go home, take a nap, and then be up. But I used to watch those shows. It was too much, right? Just too much. A lot of fun. I used to do that, and then do it all over again. So late night has always been a part of my after dark has always been a part of my life. I mean, on some level, I loved it. Even when I had an early job, I'm like, oh, it was painful. Oh my god, job was painful. Not the job, and there were times when um it'd be dead sometimes, and I had to sit there. But I was the main operator. Then there was a person downstairs. Her name was Granny, and she did overflow. And then when we were super busy, we had a third person, but that third person was like a floater that would just give us our breaks. Her name was Noemi. I don't know what happened to you guys, but how did the cashier department with Elena, Tita, and I actually still follow one of my friends, Frank Wu. We still follow each other on social media. I don't know what he does anymore. I just ask him what he does. He's always traveling. But I mean, I had a great time there. Fred and Winston and everybody. I just and David Hale and everybody. I had a good time there. I wonder what you guys are doing right now. And I was there when it became just Morgan Stan. No, it was still Morgan St. D. Witter when I was there. Um, but yeah, I was there for a while, for like a year or so. I left. Um, but that was late night. That was after dark. And so that was the whole thing. But it was a glass of wine usually. We ate dinner earlier, and there was a glass of wine. We'd be in bed relaxing and laughing, and oh my God, I'm watching these shows. Um, but yeah, wine would be my go-to first, and then the other stuff, maybe possibly here and there. So, when I was in a relationship, I had a relationship. Um, I had one ex where we just relaxed so well together. We just relaxed. I mean, just relaxed. We relaxed well together. Like that's the way I put it. It was like we were good relaxers. Like we were both go getters and things were going on. But then when we had to relax, this is around the same time. It's like this is before that. I moved to Michelle afterwards. So, but it's just like we just relaxed very well. And so there were times we would stay up late. Um, and have relations. That's another thing too. It's like that's another future episode about having sex after dark and relations after dark. Um, Sometimes I was more of a morning person, but sometimes late after dark. But see, a lot of times I can say this. I was just tired. I mean, I worked back at most of my jobs in San Francisco. I was on my feet. Worked on my feet all day long. There were jobs I had 2 or 3 jobs at a time. I was really busy, and then when I got a desk job, it was like very mental. So I was just like, I just want to lay down. I just want to sit down. After we had dinner, I just want to sit down and do nothing. Now, next morning, if I had some sleep, I'd be energized. But after dark for me was usually television or reading a book and having a drink. And that's basically it, right? That's the thing. Um, so I was thinking about that. So yeah, that's what my late night after dark was. So tell me what yours is. What is your after dark? What's going on for you? What do you do for that? I have more topics coming up, of course. I'm gonna talk, we got future topics, we're gonna talk about sex, food, eating food late at night, all kinds of stuff, insomnia, we talk all kind of stuff. But these are just little, I'm testing these out, and you guys have been liking them so far. And at some point, I will be live again after dark. I'll be live again after dark. Um, Follow all the shows, audio and video, JLJ Media, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, Google, Deezer, whatever, Spotify, iHeartRadio. There's JLJ this morning, JLJ this evening. Well, not really new ones, but there's some old ones. JLJ this evening, Daytime Today, and JLJ After Dark. I'm JLJ. Talk to you next time.